I've been better in a game situation than I feel than I have in practice.
This is what he asked for, a game-like situation. So how did Johnny Football respond in his first preseason action? This is it. No jokes, no battles with the media, no late-night hangouts with Justin Bieber, just Johnny Football doing what he does best, play football. And boy, did he do that tonight. Manziel found himself patrolling the sidelines for the majority of the first half, but when he did get opportunities, he made them count. Manziel's first NFL snap, it's going to be a quick out that was caught by Anthony Armstrong along the sidelines. Then early third quarter, Manziel shows off some of that athleticism that he's known for as he tucks the ball and runs for a 16-yard gain. Then a little later, Manziel, he's at it again, this time through the air. He shows off some of that great accuracy and connects for a 14-yard gain. And then 4th and 1, when it matters most, what do the Browns do? They give it to Johnny Football, of course. He evades tackles and rips off one of the most exhausting 1-yard runs I've ever seen, but he picks up the first down in the process. Manziel finished with 90 total yards in a losing effort as the Browns fall 12-13. Now, in other preseason action, Coach O'Brien and the Texans, they took on the Cardinals tonight, and this isn't how you want to start the game. Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald in the end zone early in the first quarter, and that score put the Cardinals up 7-0. But could that guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, come in and show Texans fans why he's here? Probably not early. This pass is going to bounce around in the air a little bit until it's picked off by Arizona's Antonio Cromartie. The Cards would tack on a field goal following that turnover. The Texans, they just had a rough start to this game, and honestly, things didn't get that much better. Let's check in now to see how they're doing. Looks like the Cardinals are still in control of this one. It is now 23-0 in the fourth. Now, the Cowboys, they didn't have a game today, but their fans cannot wait until it's time for the boys to take the field again so they can finally forget about that preseason opener. It's been 3 days since the Cowboys lost to the Chargers, but fans and players are both still obsessing over what could have been, especially with an offense that showed so much potential.
You can tell as well as I can tell we're moving down the field, which is a good thing, and then we got stopped, so that's a bad thing. So good and bad, there's things we need to improve on, and we're going to have to go back to work and fix it.
The Cowboys will have 1 week from today to fix those issues as they take on the Ravens next Saturday. And we go from the pro game to the college fields. The Longhorns' motto this season, it might as well be one word: new. They opened practice with a new head coach who brought in new expectations, and now they hope to see new results. Charlie Strong has already established himself as a disciplinarian. Now the first-year Texas coach is asking his players to step up their expectations for each other and become better leaders.
You know exactly what we expect from you. So now I'd like to see you expect that from yourself and from your teammates. So it's not so, and as a coaching staff, yeah, it's our responsibility to drive them, but some of them need to step up and say, you know what, guys, it's time for us to start going to work.
Another round of the PGA Championship was played today, and once again, weather was an issue. We'll pick things up with Rory McIlroy, who actually struggled a little bit today. Rory had a lackluster tee shot on the 4th hole that actually ends up in these trees to his left. But then check this out. Jason Day, who came into the round in 2nd place, had a shot get away from him on the 2nd hole, and then instead of just taking a drop, he wades across the creek and has his caddy toss him a pitching wedge. Whatever it takes, I guess.
Wow.
Now, Rory, he's got to have some better luck on the 6th hole, right? This putt goes all the way to the edge, but then stops. He would later birdie that hole. Now, the best shot of the day comes from Bernd Weisberger on his approach at 17. Check out how close that ball gets. My goodness, is right, but everybody is still chasing that guy on the screen, Rory McIlroy. And the scary thing about that, he says by his standards, today was an off day.
The last 2 days, it hasn't been quite as good as, you know, I can be. And, you know, if everything does click tomorrow, then obviously I feel like there's a very low score in me. But, you know, I'll take sort of scrapping it around in 67 if it puts me in this position again.
Scrapping around, huh? All right. Well, if Rory finishes things off in 1st place tomorrow, he'll become only the 4th golfer to ever win the Open Championship and the PGA Championship in the same season. Going into the final round, the leaderboard looks like this. Rory is in a familiar place. That's 1st place. Right at the top of the list, Bernd Weisberger climbed all the way from 7th up to number 2 today. Americans Ricky Fowler and Phil Mickelson are right behind him. And down a little ways is San Antonio native Jimmy Walker, who finished the round at 5 under. And ladies, if what he said about today not being his best round possible is true,
yeah,
This guy is scary. He's scary and he's
every
young.
golfer out there is going, are you kidding me?
Right.
I liked the tree shot, though. That's where my ball would end up, in the trees.
and if Rory hits his in the trees, that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Right. Then I can do it. I can get out there. Yeah. All right, thanks, Jeff. We'll be right back.